Hey, we're live. Marco Gonzalez. What's going on? Got two people in the chat room. I don't know if anybody else is coming. Guys, there's five. The reason why it's the middle of the day and I just wanted to go online for a little bit is just because I didn't shoot a video yesterday. And today, I don't think I'm going to be able to shoot a video either. So I thought I'd talk to you guys for a little bit. Hope you guys can hear me well. Thank you, Ryan. Hope you guys are having a good day. Nice, 15 people. It's nice that I can pretty much hop on here any time of day, just about, and we're going to get at least a decent little group of people together. What's up, June Hawk? Wrestling. Corey. Hey. It's really hot. Thanks, Chris. It's really hot, isn't it? I don't know how hot it is where you guys are, but the temperature, what is the temperature right now? Let me pull up my temperature. It's only 97 right now. So usually we've been over 100 degrees here in Southern California. We're only at 97 degrees right now, so I guess it's a cooler day. But what's up, Ross? Oh, Ross, were you the one that wanted that solo drill video? If you were the one that wanted it, you got it. So cool. You're welcome. Again, there's so many things I want to work on. So many other things in my life I'm getting pulled in so many directions. Can you maybe show some Granby roll escapes for BJJ? Yeah. Okay. Can you be faster than any technique when you follow pure anger? What? Can you be faster than any technique when you follow pure anger? I don't even know what the hell that means. So, yeah, as far as the Granby roll escapes, again, guys, I'm going to be turning into the old man jiu-jitsu. Doing Granby rolls where you roll up on your neck, guys, I'm not a big fan anymore. I don't do it nearly as much. My neck is obviously really tight, so I can't do a lot of that stuff. Tom Green, do you think the crackdown can work for MMA? Tricky, tricky, tricky. Yeah, I owe you guys a crackdown video for sure. So, oh, white belt raging. Can you be faster than any technique when you follow pure anger? Does he mean white belt? I don't know what the hell that meant. Anyway, I'm actually new, been only doing classes for 2 weeks. I've been learning a lot from your videos, which helps quite a bit. Hey, Raven Knight, that's cool. Hope I can help you. So, what's up, Common? Yeah, so the crackdown, guys, I'm just going to talk about stuff. The crackdown is basically a high crotch finish. So, if you guys, here, let me close this up. The crackdown is like when you grab someone and you shoot your arm between the legs and you connect, and now you have your head on the outside of their body and you have the leg. And the crackdown is when you swing and throw them down this way. Instead of shooting in on the high crotch and turning and driving this way, you're going to shoot in and then crack down. You're going to take them this way. It is a good technique. It's a move that is popular in wrestling, and but in jiu-jitsu or MMA, you can run the risk of giving your back or giving the crucifix position. But there's counters to everything. So I definitely owe the channel a video. Callie Carter's been asking for that for years. I think he's been asking probably 2 years ago. I still haven't given him the video. So Ross, I gave you your drills video like pretty much a couple days after you asked me, and I owe Callie Carter the crackdown video. I've been holding out. I don't know why, but I got to get to that anyway. Can you do some Darce flows? Maybe. Yeah, I love the Darce. I like working that. Your Ghost Escape videos changed everything for me. Thank you. You're welcome, Endor. It just gets weird at times as it's a mix of all belts. So not just learning basic techniques, which is a lot to process. Yeah. When you have a mix of all belts, you're like, as a coach, like I'll show up to a class sometimes and I have a couple white belts, couple blue belts, couple purple belts, couple brown belts. And man, it's like so hard because if I teach something that is just slightly advanced to entertain the upper belts, the white belts are looking at me like I just jumped out of a spaceship, and it's like it's so hard for them to do the move. Other times it's not. It's crazy how sometimes I'll teach something really basic and nobody gets it, and then I'll show something really advanced and even the white belts are getting it. I mean, it's just nuts how sometimes that happens. It could be also maybe I'm not teaching well enough, or it could be my mood or the things that I'm stressing. But anyway, I know it can be hard. Just hang in there, Raven, and you'll learn it. You'll learn the way. So, throwing up. Why don't we see people hitting the ghost in MMA? You actually do see it from time to time, guys. I'm surprised how many people don't notice it being hit or at least being attempted. There are quite a few guys that actually try the ghost in MMA. I know it's not hit all the time, but you know it is there. You just got to know what you're looking for. So, tips to technically set up an underhook. Yeah, Greg, I'd love to do a video on it, but real quick right now, technically setting an underhook. Try to keep your elbow close to your body. Here, I'm going to be teaching you guys just like this. No, partner. Keep your elbow close to your body and make contact. This is a Greco idea. Make contact with my shoulder against my opponent, keeping my elbow in. Then I sweep my elbow up. When I sweep my elbow up, I can get the underhook. And now once I have it, I want to keep a strong underhook. So I want to pull the underhook. Everyone thinks about lifting the underhook, but my shoulder in this position is fairly weak. Like this, my arm is weak. It can be forced down. I want to pull. When I pull the underhook in, I can lift using my body. Keeping it close to my body is what helps me keep a strong structure. And that way you can control underhooks a lot better. So some people grip underhooks on the shoulder. Some people grip across the back. There's different ideas on that, and that's specific to each situation. So, do I think Paulo Costa is on the juice? I don't know, so I probably shouldn't say. I would not doubt. I mean, what's the word? I would not be surprised if he did it at one point. Let me just say that. But I don't know. Yo, Coach Francisco here. Can't wait to get back to training. Cool. Is that one with the Cosmos? Is that a Francisco I know? Or are you just telling me your name is Francisco? So, hey, Coach, I remembered you said you had a Merkle video already. I watched it and found it helpful, but I was wondering if you could make a video on showing setups on how to get it in. That's right. I remember. So you wanted a Merkle video for the sport of wrestling. And yeah, I'd love to do one for you. I'm going to try to get that as soon as I can. So I'll get that very soon. I promise you that. So I'm going to work on that. So done 1 month of BJJ. My biggest problem, every other day I get hurt. I am worried I am not young anymore. Turned 40. Max B. Yeah, it's not the safest thing to get into, guys, especially if your training partners are kind of wild, and especially if you in your mind don't know how to give up stuff. You gotta, if somebody's pulling on your arm, sometimes you gotta either tap out or just give them what they want. But when you get older, we fight. We fight with everything we have, and we hurt ourselves because we don't want to lose position. So we stick our hand out and then we roll over our arm and hurt our arm or whatever it is. We get hurt because we fight too much. We don't tap at the right time. And we don't give our limbs when we need to give our limbs. So um, I would say learn to dial it back, train with safe people, and you know, don't train with the crazy people that will hurt you, man. And make sure you take it slow. It's much better to just train a little bit light than it is to go hard, go balls to the wall, and just get hurt. So I think I invented a submission. No one knows the name of this. All right, Elam Rem. That's cool. You gotta show it to me. Is it better to roll with people who are not as good as you so you can practice your moves or with someone who is better? Skeptic 77 asks. That's a great question. I always tell people you need both because a lot of people always say roll with people who are better than you and you'll get better. That's a common saying, very common. I think it would be the most popular saying. You always got to train with people that are better than you. And guys, I try to balance it by saying, no, you need to roll with people that you're better than so you can practice. You got to practice killing. You got to practice it. You can't go out there and fish and not catch any fish, man. You just get so discouraged. You don't want to go fishing. It's much better to catch little bitty fish and just keep catching lots of little bitty fish and then increase the size of the fish until you can catch the big ones, the sharks, the whales. You don't want, I know that whales aren't fish. I know that everybody's like, no, you got to pick on someone bigger than you and higher level than you and don't try to be a bully, but you've got to work with people that are your level, below your level, and above your level in a nice kind of homogenous kind of way, a good balance of that. Because if you get too much of one or the other, it's a bad thing. So that's my answer. So white belt here, Greg Martinez. I hit the Imanari roll a lot, but I'm terrible at ankle locks. Is there a transition I could do to avoid for the ankle lock and into something else after hitting the Imanari? What I would do is if you're able to hit an Imanari and get into a leg entanglement, I would look to just make it a sweep. If you can do that, knock somebody down, use the ankle lock, and then just to make them fall. And then once they fall, I like to drag the leg across on the other side of my body, and then I get up and I basically end up in a leg drag. It's one of my favorite things to do. So I look to drag the legs across my body, and that way I can get up and keep them down. So how to knife defense? Duhawk. I'm not a knife defense expert, so I won't claim to be. I have dabbled in a little bit of knife defense, but in no way, shape, or form am I an expert. I would love to bring on one of my friends that is a knife expert, and I would love to bring him on the channel sometime in the future. So he's one of the Dog Brothers, and I'm sure he's getting old, but I'm sure he would help me out sometime and do a video on knife. So I'll try to work on that too. No promises I can make though. So, coach, I'm very technical but lack confidence. Well, get some confidence, Mike. Um, you're very technical. If you know that, then believe in yourself. So, eventually you got to believe in yourself. Maybe you need to roll with somebody that you can just destroy. Build up your confidence because confidence is huge. If you have technique but no confidence, that's like a Ferrari with no gas in the tank. You're not going anywhere. So you got to have confidence. Confidence is your fuel. You got to have it. I know maybe that doesn't help, but get some confidence. Hold and step over someone's leg You hold the leg behind your back and you squat. Oh, this is your new move you made up. Step over someone's leg. You hold the leg behind your back and you squat. Step over someone's leg. You hold the leg behind your back and you squat like a knee bar, like a knee bar, I assume. Yeah, I've, it's probably not. I oh, there you go. I call it the nasty knee bar. Yeah. So you don't have to send me a video of that, Elam Rem. I'd love to see it, but more than likely it's been done before. So anyway, watching from Sandia National Laboratory, Albuquerque, New Mexico, magnetic vortex resonance. That's cool. Scientific research and development, thermal test complex. Thank you, sir. Cool. Very nice. Thank you for watching. I assume you do a little jujitsu when you're not in the lab. So, oh, Francisco, hey, what's up, dude? Yeah, the bicep ended up being secondary. The primary problem was detached pec. I had to get reattached. Long recovery. Dude, that sucks. I'm sorry, Francisco. Damn. Get well soon, brother. Sorry. Hey, Coach, thank you for the live. What do you think will be the game plan of Costa against Adesanya? Will he try to finish quickly or pace himself to go 5 rounds? Guys, I don't know. I'm not going to claim to know, but I think there's always a little bit of that in everyone's mind. They have a plan A and a plan B. And if someone can catch someone early, it's really based on if you catch them. I mean, everyone's trying to strike to injure, to daze someone, to put them away. So if he catches them, of course he's going to try. And it's really based on how you feel once you get in the cage. You could have one game plan, and the moment you get in the cage, it kind of changes because of how you feel. This is something inherent to fighting. You can have a game plan all you want, but if the fight is going the same flow of what you trained for, it helps you execute the game plan the way you wanted to. But if something changes, which it's going to change more than likely, it's hard to predict exactly the way your opponent's going to move. It's very possible for it to change on a dime. And most training camps have multiple game plans they talk about. So if the fight ends quick, of course, most people will say, yeah, we expected that. And if the fight goes 5 rounds, they're also likely to say, yeah, we thought that could happen. So that's the truth. I think a lot of people don't always admit that. They love to predict that the way the fight was going to go. And then when it does happen, with hindsight, they love to say, yeah, I knew it was going to happen. So, but I really don't have an opinion on that. I'm sorry. So, yeah, scientists love wrestling and grappling. So, I learned a rolling calf slicer yesterday. Very cool. Yeah, Paulo Costa practiced lots of grappling. Yeah, he may try to go there. Adesanya is good on his feet, so he may try, but he's also not that easy to take down. So I don't know if you answered this, but what do you think about that calf lock Cheeto landed on O'Malley? Calf kick. Is that what turned off his leg or previous injury, or what he said his ankle brace was on too tight, thrown up ass? I don't know. I'm not going to claim to know. When I first saw the fight, I was claiming that I think he probably had a previous injury, but it could have been that kick, guys. A lot of people are using that kick, and sometimes if you hit the right spot, man, that thing will hurt you. One of my kickboxing buddies, who used to be a kickboxing coach for all my fighters, his name is Majid Reis. Majid is an amazing kickboxer, and he actually had a fight where he was kicked in the back of the calf and broke his one of the bones, the bone in the back. So not the tibia, but I think it's the fibia, and he broke that bone. And that this was many years ago, over a decade ago, I believe. And he was a big on like, you know, kicking the calf, and now it's become a huge thing. Everybody's working on calf kicks now. So anyway, would you recommend wrestler-based MMA fighters to be pressure fighters as opposed to being a counter striker? Yes, I would. Ethiopian phenomenon. I would definitely. I mean, wrestling, that's what we learn in wrestling. It's kind of the style of American wrestling is to be aggressive. And I think it's better for the majority of people to become pressure fighters. Counter striking is good and it's a part of the game, but I think pressure fighting is what wrestling brings best, and I think it's what we should teach most people to be. So, what's your thoughts on All Star Overeem using the underhook collar tie combo to land knees? Yeah, that's a great hold. Um, I may not be giving you much insight, but yeah, you get a collar tie and an underhook, guys. That's a really good hold to kind of pull people around. You can really hang on people and throw some good knees. It's a great tie up. So you do an incredible job. Keep it up. This is Gustavo from Brazil. Nice. Thank you, Gustavo. And let's see. What's the best kind of guard to use against a bigger standing opponent as someone quite new to jiu-jitsu? If they're standing, you guys need to get up, in my opinion, or play seated guard. You don't lay on your back. If somebody's standing over you, don't get in a habit of laying on your back. I don't recommend that. I would play more seated, or I would just get back up. So, or attempt to get back up. So, if someone's standing over you, I think it's an advantage. Now, obviously, if you guys watch the highest level grapplers, especially at the lighter weight classes, um, these guys' guards are near impossible to pass. But I think that if you wear, you guys watch like Ty Rutolo and Nicky Ryan, something like that. I mean, you're gonna wear that guy out eventually if you got some good passing sequences. So, um, yeah, hope that helps. Any books or sources you can recommend that covers healthy eating? Michael Rivera. No, I'm sorry. I can't. I can't recommend anything. I'm sure there's a ton of good stuff out there. I just try to promote generally good health. I'm not real strict on it, but I'm sure there is a plethora of resources out there for you. Um, Lots of good stuff. Uh, Thoughts on the Williams guard, Styles and Smiles? Not a big fan, but it's a lot of people try it. A lot of people try it. I have not seen it work that well, to be honest. I don't mean to hate, but if you guys can show me when you've seen it really, really work well on a consistent basis, I don't see that. I don't see that. So I see a few individuals, maybe a Dean Lister. Um, I mean, there's a few guys out there that go to it. I don't see guys using it to great effectiveness. Um, hate to put a damper on it, but but then again, there's a lot of things that don't work at high levels. And if you have somebody who's unsuspecting, I'm sure a Williams guard player could, beat the hell out of him with it. So, not a huge fan myself. I think a lot of that stuff, in the end, it puts you in a position where you it's similar to the rubber guard. It used to be a part of the rubber guard. Eddie Bravo kind of threw it out for the most part. I believe it was called New York originally in the rubber guard system, and they kind of just got rid of it. Or it might have been London they got rid of. I don't remember all their names, but it was the Sean Williams guard was in the rubber guard system at one point. I'm not saying it's not effective at all, but I feel that the Williams guard, you kind of block yourself with your own arm. I don't like how it makes my legs can't utilize. I can't utilize them to a degree that I can when I don't have my arm in there. So I much more prefer to, instead of locking around my leg like that, and blocking my ability to move. I like to keep my hand in front and frame. But there's drawbacks to everything. So I also don't probably understand it quite like someone like Sean Williams does. So maybe I shouldn't be commenting. How do you best practice for MMA wrestling? My coach believes all live sessions of straight BJJ, wrestling, boxing are more or less a waste of time. We only go live positionally, combat jiu-jitsu or shoot boxing. No, I don't agree with that. MMA wrestling, I mean, you can just wrestle. I mean, like the bulk of MMA fighting, you could do the bulk. I mean, like overwhelming bulk of it. 80% can be done in the individual sports. You really only need to combine them. I'm just made up the percentage off the top of my head, 20% of the time. You could do it more, but if all you're doing is MMA and you're not individually practicing these things, uh, I don't think you're going to develop in the area. It's like you could just say, hey, I'm going to wrestle and I'm going to do judo throws. But if you spend some time just doing judo, you will develop judo a lot better than just saying, add judo throws to MMA and you'll get good at judo. That doesn't make sense. It's really important to concentrate on areas. Just like when you go situationally live, like back control. You'll learn back control offense and defense much better when you do that. So no, I don't think it's a waste of time to do the individual arts. I think it's actually very, very helpful. Anyway, sometimes I do submission I never learned, but I've only seen on TV. I'm 35 lessons in. That's crazy. It's so hot in here. I'm gonna turn on the AC real quick. It's killing me. Hold up. All right, I'm back. Man, I just looked. It was like 86 degree in this room, in the room right now. I need a little bit of cool air coming in. Okay, I got a few minutes before work, dropping to say thank you. The pinch headlock butterfly sweep has been awesome. I'm going to be working on the inverted triangle next. Anthony D. We've actually been doing the pinch headlock sweep for a while this week, and I would love to do another video on it. I've got more. I've been having a bad day. What should I do? Kazumpit? Smile. Things could be worse. Life is good. If you're having a bad day, turn that frown upside down. Hopefully that helps. I've done an omoplata and double sub with a face down scissor sub together with a Kimura. All I learned from TV. No one taught me. Never practiced these. Except the Kimura. Okay, Elam. Keep training, dude. That's great. I'd love to see some more finishing details on the bent armbar from the headlock guard, aka Nino guard, aka inverted scarfold. How can you prevent them standing and squirming the elbow out? James is asking. I'd love to see more finishing details on the bent armbar. Yeah, I need to do another video on that. That's another one. I did a video, I think I did one or two, and there was more I wanted to get out, but I didn't get to do it. I got away from it. If someone's trying to stand, you have your hold, and obviously I don't want them to pull the elbow out, so you got to keep it tight. And if they're pulling away a lot, you need to go up with them, and that's what stops them from standing. If they start to stand, they're going to give up position. So they may let you out. So you may just take advantage of that. But yeah, I need to do another video on that for sure. Hello, Coach Boris, your student from Chechnya. That's awesome. Nice to meet you, sir. I'm 17 years old, who's done wrestling for about a year as a part of my MMA training. I'm trying to compete next year in MMA. What do you think I should focus on up until then? Marshall Flow. You know, you got to make sure in the beginning, if you've been working on your wrestling, I would be focused on how to get in the clinch so you can use wrestling. Just practice your going from striking into clinch. That way you can utilize your wrestling. And then from there, what are you going to do once you take someone down? Are you going to out position them and strike, or are you going to go for a submission? And obviously work both, but try to find what you're best at. That's what I would do, especially if you want to win in the short term, which is in the next year. So would love an instruction video on how to easier get up from someone who's got a very good top game. Yeah, that's tough, man. Somebody's really good on top of you. You want to get back up. That can be really hard because you could end up giving up your back, giving up position in the process. That would be a good idea for a video, for sure. Okay. Khabib versus Gaethje, who you got? I don't know. I hate picking MMA winners, guys. I don't like it at all. I like both fighters. I think they're both good. I think either one could win. I don't know. I don't know. Do you think a really good clinch game could be better than the ability to take someone down in MMA? Not sure what you mean, Common. Do you think a really good clinch game can be better than the ability to take someone down in MMA? Not sure exactly what you mean. Hey, coach, you got an opinion on the Mantis guard? I got trouble passing when I'm trapped in it. I don't know what the Mantis guard is. Maybe you mean like holding onto the triceps with the knees? Maybe you think with the knees, like the shins? Is that Mantis guard? I don't know. Congrats to you, coach, on Vince's fight. What was the strategy going in? Was there any plans to submit Miller? No, there was no plans to submit him going in. But of course, it was discussed that we could be at one point in the fight out positioning him. We did talk briefly about that. And at that point, the discussion just basically ended like, do what you do. Do what you do that works. And if you feel you're in good position, go for it. Never be afraid to go for it. But the game plan going in was to stand up and strike. And the way it worked, Miller actually was able to win the first round. You know, the striking was maybe about even, maybe even slightly Miller. And then because we were backing up too much, and then when he took us down, he sealed that round and went for the calf lock at the end. So, second round, I just told him to basically not stop backing up in a straight line, and I need better feints and better head movement and staying on his toes, not plod. So, you know, we threw that big head kick, got taken down, and after that, the tide had turned, and we reversed him, took him down, and Vince does what he does. You know, he's trained to be a grappler. The game plan might have been to strike, but and personally, I wish he would have struck more in the third round. I wish he would have after we exhausted Jim Miller. I wish we would have just stayed striking for, especially after we got back up and hit him with a couple knees that backed him up. He was visibly hurt. He needed a break. We should have stayed with the strikes. We were clearly better in that position. When we went in for the double leg, that actually gave Miller a chance to guillotine us, and that wasn't good. But thankfully, we finished on top, throwing some ground and pound, and got the W. Just want to stop by and say thank you for all your videos. Learned a lot. Look forward to learning more in the future. Big thank you. You're welcome, High Speed Rush. How to build your own BJJ mat area at home. That would be a cool one. It's funny. I have some mats in my garage, but they're just in storage. Really, I don't have them set up. Have you seen Brock Lesnar's college wrestling matches live before? Common asks. Yes. Brock Lesnar is a guy that I watched wrestle through college. So I was definitely watching during that time. Yes, I have. How much higher a weight class can a pro MMA fighter fight a non-fighter? Can a ranked UFC welterweight beat an NBA powerful? Oh yes, 100%. Um, I will take a UFC ranked welterweight against any sized NBA player. Shaquille O'Neal, I know he does a little jujitsu, but I'm just saying a guy that big, I would still pick the welterweight in a fight. In a fight, I'm still picking him. An NBA player on average, unless he has real training, he's not gonna know. They can throw punches and slaps in an NBA game if they get out of control. They can't fight in a ranked UFC welterweight. No way. Someone also dominates me while he is on his side control or mount. What do I do? Um, you got to work. I need you to study side control and mount escapes. I can't tell you how to do it. You need to go and study these escapes, how to get out, and go from there. Okay, Cat Pro. I've got some videos on it. Please watch those videos. There's many other great sources on the internet with ideas on how to deal with that. Yeah. Yeah, Maki just commented on basically saying the same thing. Fairly easily handle an NBA or an NFL player. So, ah, what amount of striking training should take a pure grappler before stepping into an MMA fight? Well, if you start at the bottom, you don't need that much. You could train for a couple months. If you're a pure grappler and you're pretty decent and you want to start at the bottom. I'm not talking about the problem with some like world champion black belts. They want to jump right into Bellator. They want to jump right in the UFC, and it doesn't work that way. Like you need to take more time. But if you start at the bottom and fight amateur, you only need a couple months of training. A lot of these amateurs can't strike worth a damn. So, just a little bit will work, especially if you already have a background. And the same can be said if a guy was a pretty good, damn good boxer, kickboxer. If he trains jujitsu for a couple months, he can still go to entry level MMA and be okay. Granted, I don't think he's going to do as well as the other way around, but he can still do it, and he can be okay doing that. So I always try to prepare my athletes, but if you're a pure grappler, at least get a couple months of good kickboxing training. Get ready, do some sparring, get hit. You gotta know what it's like to get hit a little bit, and that way you don't freak out when you're there. So, is inverting only good to get a leg lock? No, I mean inverting's a thing that they use for guard replacement. It's great for guard recoveries. Again, it's not something I use, guys, but I'm very familiar with it. I've grappled with people that are very good at inverting, and it's a frustrating thing that makes it very difficult to pass the guard. That's probably the primary. It's not just for leg locks; it's to recover guard. Okay, guys, I can't really stay on very long. It's already just about 4:05 in the afternoon here in California. I've got class coming up in about 45 minutes. I got to get ready. So I'm gonna have to take off, but I wanted to let you guys know I'm thinking about you. I wanted to give you guys something, but I didn't film a video this morning. I didn't film a video yesterday, and tonight I'm gonna be busy with my girlfriend, and I need to go spend some quality time with her. I am going to be going camping tomorrow. So if I have time, I will try to shoot a video tomorrow morning and upload before I go up in the Sequoias. If I don't get it done, I'm going to be gone through the weekend. And that means you guys aren't going to hear from me probably until Monday. So guys, I feel guilty because I want to make sure that I give you guys something almost every weekday. I try to, and I want to. That's why I'm here, spending a little time with you guys. Again, I want to thank all of you guys that support me through Patreon, those that support me through PayPal and contribute. You guys are the reason. Again, I love to help everyone. I try not to only help the people that donate to my channel. Um, so I try to make it, an even thing for everyone. So I try to help anybody, but I have to definitely pay tribute to all those that actually contribute to my channel and donate towards my channel. Without you guys, I would not be able to answer all of these questions. I would really be doing other things to try to put food on my table and develop and make more money. Um, the good thing about Teach Me Grappling is I get to do what I love to do, and fortunately, there is a little bit of income that comes through YouTube ads, although it's not that much. And then there is also the people that donate. So it's because of you guys. It's what's made me treat this like it's one of my jobs, that I must give you guys content, and that's it. Thank you guys so much. I want to give thanks out. So I appreciate you, and I'm reading all the comments. Everybody, if I didn't answer your question, I've got your comments here, so I'm reading, and I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys either tomorrow morning before I leave for the Sequoias to go camping, do a little bit of fishing. Um, if I don't drop anything tomorrow, I'll see you guys on Monday, and with more great stuff. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time. Take it easy.